Back issues 8 or variant 8 Deadpoolooza is upon us, and the information dropped last night. Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new video here on Tuesday. So yeah, back issues 8, variant 8, whatever you want to call it, is going to be upon us. It's going to be dropping this Wednesday, which is pretty exciting stuff. But there's some good stuff, there's some bad stuff, and there's still some confusional stuff which you need to go over in this video. Also, if you're looking for something like a variant 8 cheat sheet or something that is kind of like preparing you, I've created something which is a link in the description down below. I covered this in a video I think last week or the week before, so yeah, it kind of helps out with ideas of preparation, counters, also debuffs and stuff like that, just to help you prepare some rank ups and champions to use in this, that hashtag Mercenary or Deadpool family. I mean, Kabam first of all confirmed that all hashtag Mercenary Deadpool family buddies are going to be juiced up and ready to fight. There's nothing mentioned about, say, Rarity. One of the biggest problems will be acquisition, and if it's very much specific to these champions, which the global buffs do say mercs for money, defenders reduce all incoming damage by 95% unless the attacker is hashtag Mercenary Deadpool X4. So it's like, it's very restrictive, which causes a problem based on acquisition. I think that's the point to really get to. First off, if you do not have any of these champions at 5-star and 6-star, then you're evidently using 4 stars in this particular content. So that could be incredibly disappointing, and I would say that, let's face it, Kabam are more likely going to put 5 stars in there, and 6 stars that you're facing off against. So it's going to be more of a laborious or frustrating time, unless we've got this kind of summon symbiote type situation, where by using the lower rarities like 3 stars and 4 stars, which more commonly players have, that you'll be able to kind of like go through it. But you know, a stacked roster is going to give you that edge and advantage in this particular scenario. Also for Deadpool, he looks like he gets like some nice stuff. I mean, I think I only have like a 3-star version of Deadpool, the OG version, so it's like, okay, I guess I'm bringing my 3-star in, which he gets a huge buff, and put something on the SP1. The buff supplies Deadpool and Deadpool only bonus attack, bonus armor, bonus crit rate, increased regeneration potency, and applies a degen effect to the defender on a successful SP1. Well, you got to survive that. You got to survive up until throwing an SP1 with a 3-star champion, unless you got the 5-star version recently in the pay to kind of like enter solo event or any of the other opportunities that there's been. It's a bit of a risky thing, bit of a risky bit of business there doing that, but I guess it's one of these things. Anyway, right, what else have we got? So, you know, I'm going to be using my hashtag Mercenaries. I think a lot of you are as well. So there's also, we should all have the power anyways. This doesn't make sense. Why don't all the copies have the same abilities as me, granting attacking Deadpool, X-Force, Gold Pool, Platinum Pool, Gwen Pool, Venom Pool, and Massacre permanent passive regeneration of 120% of their max health per minute, scaling with their power. Okay, well that's helpful enough, but again, it's the same principle of going, are we able to take, like, how difficult these nodes are? That's another thing as well, because look, we've got to be real on it. Like, are we seriously going to be going into quests and going up against evade-based champions and thinking to yourself, okay, I'm going to have to parry heavy, or kind of I'll figure out a champion that's got good evade counters if the nodes are stacked in kind of like the favor of Kabam, let's just say, or the enemies that we're facing off against. So it's important that we prepare adequately, and you know, having the correct champions to take on certain things. Maybe you need something that bleed vulnerability, maybe there's something that's shock vulnerability, maybe there's something that requires you to armor break for whatever reason, because it's in the node. There's lots of things we need to consider in order to prepare adequately for this particular stuff. And yeah, using 3 stars and 4 stars doesn't exactly sound the most fun thing. But, you know, we'll wait until Wednesday for this to be put in. But there's Crossfire ability buffs. Where do we start with this? Defeating Deadpoolooza throughout the quest will grant special abilities that you can carry forward into the rest of the quest, making your mercs stronger and stronger. Cool. Strapping up skill Deadpoolooza. Defeating this defender grants the attacker permanent strapped up crossfire ability. Strapped up causes the attacker's special attacks to randomly inflict additional debuffs for the remainder of the quest. Sort of helpful. And then there's another one here, which is granting the attacker a phaser passive when they dash back and hold block, causing incoming attacks to miss. Sort of helpful. And then we've got inflict poison debuffs on opponents who are near them. So that could be a case that will play into something quite nice, like a poison vulnerability. So, you know, that's sort of positive. And then this one here, Sucker Punch, which is makes the attacker permanently unblockable while the opponent is above a certain HP threshold. And you've got grants power steal to the attacker's heavy and special attacks. Nice. And then we've got chance to inflict poison shock on the opponent. Okay, there's nothing really that kind of stands out to me that's going to be evade counters or dealing with certain things. And this is why I hope, and there's got to be a point that we get to, is like where variants are kind of made for. Are they made for fun? Are they made for like lower players expanding their roster? Because I've seen many people in this forum thread, because it's been a discussion point, talking about the rewards of variants. Now, when it comes to back issues in total, you've got the classic and you've got the variant version. Now, I like repeating back the classic version and auto fighting it in order to grab extra units. There's sometimes revives on there, health potions, and those things that are actually relatively nice. And you know, that's something that I do kind of like. I'm an advocate for going back and just auto fighting it, especially if you've got no other content to do and you want to grab some units just by doing very little, because some of those paths are kind of like the same or less than some of the current you know, monthly event quests. But the rewards always come into question, and I think it's just those things when it comes to the rank up gems. We're still looking at 2017 and less rank up gems. There are some generics there, but then there's sometimes, you know, you can hear the 5-star rank 3 to 4 gem 2017 times 3, and you're like, oh, well, could we have something a little bit kind of like more? Especially with like, you know, so much of a bridging of a gap between those two. You're like, okay, well, I guess I've got to spend my resources to take a champion from 3 to 4 and kind of go, oh, well, I guess am I just doing 2017 champions unless those kind of like key things have to be mentioned. But yeah, like this does look fun, but always take it with a pinch of salt with this stuff. And the reason I would say take it with a pinch of salt is based on, you know, your acquisition of Mercenaries. I'm quite fortunate that I've got a good covering of Mercenaries, especially got things like a rank Ford. You know, I've got rank 5 Domino, a rank 5 Black Widow Deadly Origin. I've got a rank 5 no, not rank 5, rank 2 Massacre. I've got Karnak, rank 1. I've got rank 4 Sabretooth. I've got Gwenpool somewhere, and there's other champions I need to like take up further. Like I do have on my schedule to take Hitmonkey up a bit further. And then there's a few others as well that I'll probably take a bit higher as well, just for this particular variant. But at the same time, I'm like, I need to be quite cautious, because if I can avoid it, I will, and then kind of use those gems to then rank up champions at the point of completion, which again would be more beneficial rather than me kind of like spending my resource and kind of going, okay, well, why did I rank these champions up? I do not have a place for them in my roster. They're essentially just going to be used in arena because I'm not a massive fan of them. And that's just the thing. There's 200 champions in this game, and sometimes, you know, you don't have to be a fan of every single champion in it. And the good thing about this is like picking up these rank up gems is a little bit straightforward for the earlier stages. Yes, you do pick up them as you go through the completion, but then, you know, it's a case of just going, right, well, why am I ranking up these champions? What am I taking them in for? And as well, just good preparation is key as to, like, you know, ranking them up. But for a lot of players, they may not have this kind of luxury to kind of go, right, well, they're getting these champions at this kind of rarity. You will look at the 3-star section. It's like, well, I'm stacked with the 3 stars, stacked with the 4 stars. I've got like plenty of those. But then there will come a point where it goes into the 5-star section, where there'll be some players that don't even have like a good chunk of these, or they kind of like have very little of them. And that's just very odd, isn't it? Because you kind of think, well, these variants, who are they aimed at? Are they aimed at for people that have got an expansive roster, a growing roster, to grow into this particular content? If it is, when it goes live and feels that restrictive. I mean, that 95% that we saw in the info, which is up here, then you kind of go like, right, well, the defender reduces all incoming damage by 95% unless the attack is a hashtag Mercenary yada yada yada. So you're like, ah, okay, so this isn't good for any other champion that's these champions. So it does feel very restrictive, and as well the rarity question is going to have to come into play. It'd be great if it was a case like, you know, you could use 3 and 4 stars in it, or it was kind of like not restrictive to 3 and 4 stars, but it was the emphasis of going, okay, well, you can use 3 and 4 stars, or 2, 3, 4s, and it's nothing about, you know, 5 and 6 and all these kind of bonuses and improvements kind of balanced in with that, the same way that variant 4 had the last 3 quests. That's the kind of point I'm trying to get to here. But yeah, we'll see what drops on Wednesday and whether or not players are happy and unhappy about this. And it looks interesting and fun, but I guess that's the thing, like, am I being biased because I've got the roster to deal with this in the meantime? But you know, we'll have to see on Wednesday. And thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure as well, check out some other content located on screen. Boom, right now, go and check that out. Yeah, a couple of videos yesterday. Keep up to date with what's going on in the community. And yeah, there may be one more video today, which may be a crystal opening. If not, I'm going to be preparing some other content and writing some things. So yeah, thanks everybody. See you later. Bye-bye.